So good morning. I'm Greg Horn. I'm the interim district engineer for St. Louis. Thank you all for coming out here for this on this very hot day to dedicate the first piece of construction on the Page Corridor. First, I'd like to recognize a special guest. We have former Missouri Highway and Transportation Commissioner and former St. Charles City Great Mayor Grace Nichols. Thank you, Grace, for coming out here. We appreciate that. All right, it's my honor to welcome our first speaker. He was recently promoted to the chief engineer in Jeff City after serving 13 years here in St. Louis as the district engineer. It's my pleasure to introduce Ed Hassinger.
Hey, it's great to be here today. You know, when you step on the bridge and you look to the left and you look to the right, you can kind of see what this is going to look like. And I'm really thrilled that we can be here to do the first bridge opening on Phase 3 of Page Avenue. And I think you would need to realize that, you know, we decided to do this design build, and we're 4 months in. And in 4 months, we've got enough of a design done. We're getting ready to open the first bridge. And that can't happen without a great team of folks. Our contractor team, their designers, the MODOT team have come together to do a great job to get this project off on the right foot. And we're going to see things happen fast. And that's what we like. The other thing that I got to really put out there is that, you know, we're talking about statewide, what is the vision of transportation in Missouri going forward. And we're talking about funding for transportation. And projects like this don't happen without money. And this project wouldn't have happened without the great partnership and the funding that came from all the partners that you're going to hear from in a little bit from the counties and the cities in St. Charles County. And we're struggling with that discussion as we go forward. So we want to do projects like this that improve economic development, improve safety, but those days will be over very soon without some kind of a creative solution which locally you guys have maybe set the model for. So I want to thank the county executives and the mayors that are standing over here for stepping forward, and maybe we need to have that discussion about how we do that in the rest of the state. So maybe you can help us with that. But my biggest reason for being here is to celebrate the first bridge opening. So I'm glad we're here. Thank you guys for being supportive in the community. And we look forward to more of these as we go forward. Thanks.
Thanks, Ed. Next, I'd like to introduce a true partner with MODOT in transportation endeavors. We would not be standing here today working on the Page Corridor without the St. Charles County and this man's leadership in the region. It's my pleasure to introduce St. Charles County Executive Steve EHLMANN.
Thank you, Greg. Difficult to find something new to say. We've been talking about this project for so long, and appreciate again the participation of the cities, MODOT. We all got together and made the funding happen, but we can't take any credit for the progress. That goes to MODOT and the Page constructors, and it's just amazing that we'll be here so soon, June 3rd to August 30th. That's how long this road's going to be closed. That's got to be some sort of a record. Again, thanks to everybody, and obviously there's a lot more to do. There's a lot more bridges to build. There's a lot more concrete to lay, but I think it would be appropriate to suggest or to quote Winston Churchill's comments shortly after the British won the Battle of El Alamein in 1942. He said, "This is not the end. This is not even the beginning of the end, but we might say this is the end of the beginning." Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. So this is a long corridor, and the next person I want to introduce is Chuck Gatzenberger, state representative, who this corridor runs right through the middle of his jurisdiction. So, Chuck.
Good morning. I wanted to just say thank you to MODOT. You guys are doing a fantastic job. This is another bridge that's opening. Not too long ago, the bridge over 70 came down in a pile of rubble, but now you can drive across there on both ways, east and west. In a short amount of time, we're opening the first bridge, and if you look down the way there, This is going to be done a long time ahead of schedule, I believe. But I would just like to congratulate MODOT. You guys are doing a very good job. Thank you.
Yes. Thanks, Chuck. All right, so this bridge sits on the eastern end of a 9-mile project. The residents of Cottleville have been detouring around this bridge since June, so it hasn't been that long. But the city of Cottleville, along with other cities in the county, have also dedicated funding to this project. We appreciate their support. It's my pleasure to introduce the mayor of Cottleville, Jim Hennessey.
I also would like to thank MODOT, Steve EHLMANN, the county council, all the mayors, the boards of each of the cities. Most of you probably know that we all had to kind of give away our road funding that we had in each of the cities. And for a small municipality like Cottleville, that's not an easy decision. The money that was earmarked for us was going to be to widen Highway N and raise it out of the floodplain. Well, again, for a small city, that's a big project because it would always flood. People couldn't get out of their subdivisions. It was going to widen it, make it a little safer. So, but for the better good, the board made a tough decision and decided to give up their funding so this could happen. And to look at this now is just amazing. The white church out there, I live right across the street, and I've kind of been seeing some of this. I work up in North County, and I figure it's going to save me about 5 to 7 minutes a trip, which then I calculate on my way here is going to be just about 2 days every year I get to save from driving just because this extension's going through. So that's, I quit smoking about 8 months ago. That, along with the time I'm saving in the driving, gives me more time to golf. My wife asked me, why you golf so much? I'm saying, I got time to kill, baby. So anyways, I want to thank MODOT again. Progress is promised. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim. I'd like to also introduce, or at least mention, a few other elected officials that are here today. St. Charles County Councilman Mike Elam. Thank you. Weldon Spring Mayor Don Licklider. St. Charles City Mayor Sally Faith. Thank you, Sal. And St. Peter's City Council Member Terry Violet. She's representing Len Pagano. I also want to thank Federal Highway Administration for their support on this project. Ed Cordero and his staff is here with us today, so thank you guys. I think so raise your hand. You're back there in the shade. And also the MODOT team, Mike and his team that worked on this project. Can you all raise your hands? They're all the ones with the vests. Okay. Thank you guys. Great job. And last but not least, I want to thank the Page Constructors joint venture, including Fred Weber, Millstone Bangert, and Kolb Grading, and the lead designer Parsons with the lead bridge designer Horner and Schifrin. So thank you all for such a great job. All right. Is there any other elected officials that I missed that are out in the crowd that I don't see?
Yeah, we have 2 aldermen.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Jim. All right. At this point, let's cut the ribbon.